Happy Arvo. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing? Welcome to This Week in Australia. That's right. We're all the way from up here in Indiana. I'm going down under. Using the internet tubes to see what happened in Australia this week using the Australian subreddit top post this week. Let's do it. Boom. Top post this week. Just as I hoped, because I'm dying to get an update on this. Kids under 16 to be banned from social media after Senate passes world first laws. Wait, so they passed it? Wait, they actually passed it? Is this, wait, is this saying after they pass it or that they have passed it? Oh, shit. Okay, this is, I'm kind of hoping this is not what this is saying, but it seems like they passed it. This is written kind of weirdly. It doesn't say Parliament passes, law to ban children or teenagers under 16. It says after Parliament passes the law. So they passed the law. Yes. Holy crap. Wow. I'm kind of in denial about that. Damn. Hold on. To be frank, I'm shocked that they actually passed that. I'm pulling up my analytics right now because I didn't actually expect this to be passed. And now that it's passed, I'm like, okay, how is this going to affect me? Let's see. Let's see right here. Let's see now. Honestly, this type of information is a little bit incorrect, particularly the age, because most people are on a YouTube account. Like, I don't know. I think most people just say they're over 18 so that they can watch any video on YouTube. Some videos are restricted to people under 18. So most people, when they make an account, they just say they're over 18. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, I guess the good news for me is that apparently nobody under the age of 17 watches my videos, apart from, what I just said. But regardless, it does seem like most of y'all are like, about my age and older, which is awesome. At least, awesome in this context. It does make me sad for those who are under 16 and would otherwise enjoy following my channel. Thank you so much for following. And, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll see you around. Maybe I won't. It'll depend on if you get a VPN or not. But I'm not saying, you probably shouldn't, right? That would be bad. Okay, but now going beyond how it affects me, which is very, selfish and arrogant, I feel like. Who cares how it affects me other than me? How does it affect you guys? How does it affect Australia? This is wild. This is, I'm surprised something this kind of radical. In my opinion, it's a little bit radical just because it's such a huge thing. The internet, the whole world runs on the internet. So to ban people under the age of 16 from most of the internet, it's pretty radical. Like, that's a big thing to do, I think. Of course, there are good things about it. Like the internet, there's a lot of toxic crap on the internet. But also, I'm just against banning things in general, so. Wow, I can't believe that happened. Oh, they won't come into force for another year. Okay, all right. Well, let's see how you guys feel about it in the comments. And I'm going to read some of these comments, but I'm actually more interested to know how you guys feel about it, because Reddit versus the comments on my video are going to be different. A little bit different. Hardly an unexpected outcome, considering Labor and Coalition had already decided to pass it. Everything up until the vote was just lip service, really, soliciting all that expert advice and opinion without taking any on board. Wow, the vote was not close at all, 34-19. Wow. Wow. Nothing says end of the year like putting this through after 11 p.m. following 30 bills. I'm effing flabbergasted how they pushed this through so effing fast. I'm surprised how fast it went through, too. Maybe I'm just used to American politics where shit, gets talked about for years and then may or may not actually happen. But drag their feet on housing and gambling instead of weaponizing it as a elect us next election and we might focus on these. Back in my day, we were happy without social media, says guys whose day had affordable housing and free university. I mean, the only thing I will say about this, and it's kind of being devil's advocate, because like I said, I'm against banning things, especially like the internet, you know? Yeah, just in general. I kind of like free speech, which this touches on. But the internet is very toxic, and especially social media. So I do think that the intention here, like I understand it, and I do think kids should be protected from predatory internet companies who want to exploit them and their emotions and stuff like that. But just outright banning it seems like a lot. I'm having a hard time moving past this because this is such an interesting topic, in my opinion, and it's such huge news, in my opinion. I'm having trouble, moving on to, Woolsworth. So let me just say one more thing. One interesting ramification that I think about is that, the stars of social media, the people who are popular on social media, most of them start out when they're younger than 16, Well, maybe that's not true. I don't know. You definitely, by the age of 16, you're at least dabbling in creating content online if you're going to pursue it as something you want to do, like I was. So it's just weird to think, okay, they're going to be banned. Then again, of course, how many people are actually professional online content creators in Australia? I don't know. A surprising amount, I will say that. You guys turn out a lot of good YouTubers. I don't know. And like I've said a million times, I feel like YouTube is so much different than something like Instagram. Like banning or limiting something like Instagram and Snapchat, it's like, okay, I understand the idea. Banning YouTube, I don't understand that idea. But I'm not even Australian. So I mean, who really cares what I think you guys should do? I care what you guys think you should do, and I'm very curious to read more about what you guys think. All right, moving on to Woolies and Coles, of course. Who remembers when Woolies and Coles did shelf stocking after the store was closed? It's kind of a funny concept because most stores here in America never close. Sorry, my wife and my son FaceTimed me from downstairs that they're hungry. So let's continue. I guess when I say most stores are open 24/7, I mean most like grocery stores, like Walmart and the big grocery stores. I'm curious to hear an elaboration on this. I've never been impeded by people stocking the shelves. So I'll hear it out. You used to be able to shop without having to weave in between pallets of stock in the middle of the aisles and empty shelves. You know what? As an American, that was never the case. You've always had to weave between pallets of stuff. So I guess I just, I can't relate to it. Must have been really nice when you didn't have to do that. After 2019, staff started getting paid time and a quarter after 6 p.m. and time and a half after 11 p.m. So they've tried to minimize staff to work after 11 p.m. It is sad how that kind of works, huh? It incentivizes, that's kind of the problem with a lot of things you may or may not do. You want to help people in some way. Like, for instance, over here in America, it was always a huge problem when I, as a kid, or as a young adult, had minimum wage jobs and, you wanted to work full time so that you could get benefits. But guess what? The company didn't want you to get benefits. So they would work you 39 hours a week or 34 hours a week, whatever the cutoff was to get full-time benefits. That's so common over here in America. That's like that's the go-to tactic. They do not want anybody working 40 hours a week because that means they have to pay all sorts of other benefits to them. So, yeah, that seems to be the same type of thing going on here. Basically, the companies are incentivized to not have anybody work after 11 p.m. Even though in theory, it was a good idea. We want people working in the nighttime to be paid more, I guess, for whatever reason. But it just, backfired. Labor Party gave the public 1 day to weigh in on teen social media ban. Oh, man. I just think that's funny. I mean, and I don't know, I guess apparently this is a popular thing in Australia. Like, most of you guys are in favor of it, which kind of blows my mind. And I'm trying to like wrap my head around that, which I do understand. Like I've said a million times, I do understand the reasoning for wanting to limit social media for kids, especially toxic social media. But this is funny that, the government, they're like, maybe we should let the people weigh in on this. What about the people? Have we thought about how this affects the people? Maybe we should hear their voice a little bit. We'll give them 1 day. Give them 1 day to respond. I guess considering they probably gathered the responses on the internet, and that would be a type of social media, in the future, teenagers wouldn't be able to respond to this, huh? Hey guys, what does everybody think about this? Oh, too slow. You what, mate? What is this? Ferrero Rocher. Ah, Ferrero Rocher. Yes, indeed. Some nice chocolates. Half price, $15. It was $30. Was it really? Because that seems insane. What is that? More than $1 per little piece of chocolate? I mean, how many are in here? 6 to a row, 4 rows, 24. And it was $30. Damn. It's just another fake half price sale. They do this with so many products. Full price is completely obscene, and half price is what the normal price would be, or slightly below it. It makes people buy more, and it should be illegal. Making something like that illegal is so difficult. That's the problem. I mean, I know I keep saying stuff like that about pricing and stuff, but it is, how do you make that illegal? How do you say, hey, chocolate company, you can only, you can't sell that for $30. That's, that's not, obviously that would be something way different than what capitalism is. If you're telling a company, that price is too high, $30, you can't set that as the price and then cut it in half and say, it's half off. You can't do that. Now, how do you write that law? That's just a difficult law to write. I mean, I guess you could put some kind of regulation like, if you're going to say it was $30, then it would have needed to be at that price for at least 6 months or something. You can't just make it $30 for a week and then cut it in half and say it was $30. Maybe that's a good regulation. Wake up, babe. New Bachelor's handbag just dropped. No way. This looks awesome. The Bachelor's handbag. I love it. What is this? Corned beef. Hot corned beef. Oh, it's hot, so it's ready to eat. Oh my god, yes. This is the Bachelor's handbag slow-cooked Australian beef. Sorry, I don't mean to keep zooming in and out. Bachelor handbag. This does look awesome. My god, as a bachelor, I totally would have scooped this up. $16.50. That's a fair price for a big, high-protein meal. Thank a property manager day email from my real estate. Dear, hope this email finds you well. We will be celebrating Thank a Property Manager Day on Friday, 29th, November 24. What the hell is that? No one's ever heard of that. Thank a Property Manager Day. For what? For being rich? Thank you so much, property manager. for charging rent like you do. It's amazing how profitable you are. I don't even have anything against property managers. It's just like, really, I'm not thanking you. Okay? That's like if I said, make a thank a YouTuber day. For what? You don't have to thank me. There's no thank a YouTuber day, okay? There's no thank a property manager day. It was invented in 2012. Who invented it? A brilliant inventor? They make it seem like it was Thomas Edison. It was invented in 2012. Revolutionized the world. Thank a property manager day. A day that is long overdue to celebrate. A day for all to stop, think, and celebrate the wonderful role property managers play in our industry, communities, and society. This has to be a joke. On a day-to-day basis, and shout out to any property managers out there, I love you, but this has to be a joke. On a day-to-day basis, our property managers manage the difficult conversations, they deal with the issues, they provide support to both parties at different times, and continue to educate themselves to ensure an understanding of legislation, maintenance, finances, and social work. That's true. That's called a job. And you know what? The thanks they get is their pay. That's how you thank someone for doing work. You pay them. It means a lot more than the thanks. You know, like over here in America, we love to thank our teachers and our first responders. They would much rather we just pay them more. Our property managers will not be available and will act on any urgent... Wait, what? They're not even available to be thanked? This is a joke. Okay, someone said... The top comment said someone's having a laugh. And then this guy replies, I thought so too, but... And then he links this. Guys, is this an elaborate joke or is this real? Stacy Holtz Real Estate. Thank a property manager day. You know what? Maybe I will. Oh, it was invented by Stacy Holt. There you go. And only celebrated by Stacy Holt. A day that is long overdue. Yeah, okay, we already read this. So this is blowing my mind. This is blowing my mind. Even if you have to thank yourself, there you go, you can thank yourselves, property managers. If that is the case, contact me and I will thank you. Aw, that's pretty nice. I think I've said it all. And I will say, I guess maybe there is a distinction between a property manager and a landlord. So maybe the property manager isn't necessarily collecting rent. You know, sometimes I know that landlords employ property managers to manage the property. Which I just wanted to clarify, like, yeah, I know that they're not necessarily also the landlord collecting the rent. Which just makes this even more random. Thank you, Australia. I'm so confused. Oh, okay. He elaborated on it in the post. Coming from Mexico and finding out about snags. Just want to say, Australia, thank you for introducing me to snacks. On Saturday morning at Bunnings, best snack to ever. They do look better than hot dogs. I will say that. They do. The fact that it's on just a piece of white bread, I cannot help but, as an American, laugh because it just looks like you ran out of hot dog buns, which is fine. It happens, but it's just funny. And I mean, it does look tasty. Look, just ring up all your cousins, get them to move to Australia and open up a chain of decent Mexican restaurants. Central South America is the one culinary blind spot we have. Interesting. That would be really interesting to go to Australia and try the Mexican food. Obviously, here in America, we do actually have a huge selection of Mexican food. Most of it's not good. Some of it is very good. We do obviously have a lot of immigration from Mexico, and they have some amazing food. So, I eat way too much of Mexican food. I could see that being a culinary blind spot in Australia, though. That's quite a ways away. Legislation passes to wipe $3 billion of student debt for 3 million Australians. 3 million Australians. Holy crap. I mean, that is a lot. I mean, what's the population? Isn't it like 25 million Australians or 20? How many is it? 29? Let me see. Is it 20? 26 million Australians. 3 million of you, that's more than 10% of the population just got their debt cut. So congrats to those people. I'm sure they're pretty happy about that. That's good news for those people, I guess, you know. I'm confused. Is this separate than the 20% wipe policy? Oh, so you guys are just getting wiped from left and right. You're getting wiped. Like a dirty bum. You're getting wiped. Your student debt is just getting wiped away. It's the indexation change retrospectively lowering the 7% increase from last year. I'm not sure what that means. This is being, what is this word? Spruicked on the radio today as cashed up students rather than slightly less intense students. Yep. To the ones who aren't getting their bills forgiven, you know, they're going to be a little bit salty. And actually, to be frank, I would understand if I just paid off my student debt. This actually happened to me with my wife. I was like, let's just pay off the rest of your student debt, okay? There's not too much left. Let's just go ahead and pay it off. The very next week, Biden announced, we're forgiving, you know, half of your student debt. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? That's going to make you salty. Holy crap, guys. Beam me up. Wait, how is this episode 22 minutes long? I gotta go, guys. My family's hungry, apparently. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great, next week. Have a great weekend. And I will be reading the comments about what you think about that bill passing. That blows my mind. Let me know what you think. Goodbye.